Hey, you're watching back here with a March update. It's been a while since we've gotten something pretty big for Under the Hood. Last time it was back in January. We thought we'd get something in February. We didn't. Well, technically it's still February as at the time of release for this, but this update is slated for March. So last time we got something pretty good. We got some cars promised to us per se. We didn't know how big that update with the cards was going to be, what we were going to get or anything, but it seems that with this update we're going to go into we're going to see what we're going to get exactly, but let's check it out. Let's see. As we touch upon January's edition of Under the Hood, additional rides are arriving within the next update on March 3rd. Cool, so that's next week, pretty quick, pretty soon. Do a black market delivery. Right here you got the logo. I'm guessing they're going to be using it. Looks pretty cool. I mean, it's kind of spray paint, little stencils. Meet Raziel, underground car dealer who is in the business for both money and the thrills. Cool, I can get with that. In this update, he will import 2 cars. 2? Okay. The spanking new one is available via real money purchase. Okay. While a variant of an existing car is available for free. So it looks like we're going to get one car that we probably unlock through some sort of event or something, and then a real money purchase, of course. It's kind of a 180. I think if I remember right, they said there was going to be no real money purchases in this game, but with DLC and all that stuff you can expect some sort of real money transaction going on, so that's kind of expected, really. At least there's no like cards that you can pay for or anything. You can't like just completely skip the game and you just get the baddest car right off the bat like that. So that's cool, I guess. Okay, to get behind the wheel of the import, simply head down to Port Murphy and pick them up from a shipping container. Okay, so we're getting the cars back from the story. If you haven't played that, you can click right there and watch that. This opens a small narrative tied to the car where Raziel will ask you a few favors as well as rewarding you in return. Cool. Complete the challenge to get visual customizations, parts of your new ride, character outfits, and effects fitting the car's themes such as underglows. Visual customizations, I mean, that's cool. We can there's already plenty to do in the game already, but you know, more customizations are always welcome. As far as character outfits, I think they tried to push that in a way where it just didn't quite fit. I maybe like swapped my character's outfit like once or twice, and that's kind of it. I found an outfit I liked, and that's kind of just it. I have really no strong feelings versus character outfits. The effects fitting the car's theme, such as underglows, I don't use underglows in my car. If you guys use it, maybe that's kind of exciting for you guys. If so, then that's great. For me, that's just not that big of a deal. Throughout your journey, you also discover some new events that you can replay once you've completed them during the Black Market Challenge. That's cool. So we're getting new races. That's what it's telling me. Hopefully, we can get drag, because we have no drag races in this game as of yet, and it seems that off-road is also kind of limited. There's a lot of races that you don't get to see the story. I'm hoping to expand some drag races, not drag races. I'm hoping to expand some drift races as well. Maybe add some more areas for drifting, maybe some inner city stuff, because for the most part I don't do that too often. I know there's some I need to try those out, but expanding those two types of races would be great, and especially just again adding the drag racing, because we still have as of yet any drag racing. So there's that. Hopefully that comes out in the future. Note that the cars obtained by the black market delivery will require you to get a certain rep level before you pick them up. Cool. So it's basically like all the DLC, like the bonus cars that you've gotten before. It's all rep based, so that's cool. That's understandable. The free car becomes available at rep level 20. Depending on what it is, if it's something good like a supercar, rep level 20 might be a little too soon. Maybe rep level 25 might be a better like sweet spot, but I'm pretty sure if they've tested that out, maybe seen some metrics that we don't get to see, so that's cool. While the pit car can be picked up at rep level 30, there's an asterisk to this. Oh, see. Oh, okay, now I see. It's down the bottom, but we'll get to that. With this, we aim to find a sweet spot so your progression early in the game is meaningful, while also getting access to the car before you reach the end game. that's understandable. Like I said, they probably have some kind of metric that we don't get to see. Also, there's not much of an end game. Excuse me. There's not much of an end game. Right now, you just kind of like, a lot of people are stuck just farming Sonic, the resort circuit, maybe some other stuff like what is it called, Rare Bear, stuff like just for cash. But as far as that, most of the community stuff is always online, and I'm hoping they kind of expand on that. That'd be great. More community events, more control to the player. Maybe just let us do our own races and all that stuff. That'd also be great. But well, hopefully we'll see that in the future. The quality of life improvements. Okay, so here's the good stuff. Aside from cars, yeah, there's also a bunch of bug fixes and quality of life changes based on your feedback coming with the March update. Cool. So it looks like they're at least listening somewhat to the community. When you receive a new part in the garage, now it's easier to spot. Great, that's always great. I've always kind of wondered where my new pieces are, what I got and everything. We removed the feed that showed your new items on the right side of the screen. Instead, now there's a yellow banner saying new next to the category and the item. I'd rather have like an option for both for this. I kind of like seeing the feed when you go to the garage and telling you what new parts you got, because I get to see like really quickly what it was. The whole new thing kind of makes me feel like I have to go through every single menu, every single item just to spot what's new. It's a lot of like just kind of like a time sink, almost like just kind of like wasted, like me having to find what that new part is rather than it telling me. An option to like maybe swap between them, or maybe have both. There's like, here's the items that you got brand new, and then you can just go to them and just mark them off and all that stuff, because otherwise it just kind of makes you have to go into the menu and then go through every single item just to get that new banner off, because otherwise it's just gonna keep bothering you. At least it'll bother me if I don't go through everything and mark it off. But that's just me, and maybe you feel differently, and that's fine. So we added more variation to race intros during both day and night races, as well as more victory celebration animations to enjoy when crossing the line. I don't know how I feel about this. Like the race intros, like the same race intro, it's literally the same for both day and night. It doesn't, I never thought like, oh boy, I wanted a different intro, I wish that was different. Like that's fine. Like it didn't bother me. It never really crossed my mind that like anything like that. I think that's more of a quality of life, or more like just kind of just a little spice to whatever you're doing. But the celebration animations, there's always the selfie thing. That's cool to change that, because I'm kind of tired of my guy just like literally taking a selfie every single time I do a race, whether I win or not. But one thing that kind of bothers me in that sense is that it's only for us. If you're online, even whether you win or lose a race, you don't really get to see much of the other racers' celebration animations. Maybe they're going to change that. Maybe for online, they'll pan out the camera a little bit wider, so we get to see the other racers. Maybe there's kind of like a podium moment where we get to see all like the top 3 racers and see their animations and all stuff. That'd be great. I'm hoping that's the case. If not, then hey, that's an idea. All right, so additional vanity items are introduced. Yeah, we read that earlier. You'll be able to customize the color of the backfire. That's the NOS. When you hit the NOS, you get a little bit of backfire. And through the black market, you can also unlock beat sync underglows that will sync up with the in-game music. Okay, again with the underglows. Beat sync sounds cool if you listen to the music. I don't know that many people might like keep the music on. They probably put on like me, just put on Spotify in the background and listen to that. So beat sync underglows, it's cool as far as like aesthetically, but if you're like me and just turn off the music completely, then it's not that great. You're probably not going to use it like myself. If you listen to the music a lot in this game, then maybe this is something for you. But moving on, you will now be able to adjust the camera shaking settings. It might not seem like that big of a deal, but for me it is. There's a lot of times where you're doing like the off-road stuff and just like the camera just keeps shaking like crazy, so it's kind of hard to focus, and especially maybe if you wear glasses or something, that's probably gonna make it even worse for you. For me, like just the camera shake. I would rather have the car shaking rather than the camera. Maybe we could adjust that. Maybe like it doesn't really quite say how we're gonna be able to adjust that, but that's an idea. Just letting the car itself shake rather than the camera, or maybe just a little variation of both. Maybe like a slider that lets you change it between. And then last point, and more. Well, we're gonna see what the "and more" means. This is just the it's just kind of like what's gonna come up, you know, like the heads up, like the little teaser. Hopefully there's a lot of bug fixes. There's a lot of cars, especially I'm hoping like muscle gets a little bit some improvements. There's a lot of like muscle cars, especially something like the SRT, the Challenger, that lets you have really high stats, but the car itself doesn't really quite perform. It's kind of slow. It doesn't really reach the top speed that it says so. Hopefully they kind of adjust that a little bit so it's more of a takeoff car, and that'd be great if they introduce drag with it, because we can really customize some great muscle cars to drag with. Otherwise, hopefully they nerf some cars. Right now, this might kind of like get some people like a little PO'd. Hopefully they nerf like the RSR, the Evo 9 to bring them more in line, because right now a lot of people just use those cars because they're so overpowered, and then just you see them everywhere. And hopefully they bring them more in line, and then they're able to maybe maybe improve upon some supercars, because some supercars feel like they're not really that super. Aside from visually, there's a lot of other cars that can beat them as soon as you get to like the 400 car level and whatnot. So, and lastly, as usual, we release complete update notes just before the update arrives, including an extensive list of changes. We'll see you on the streets of Palm City. Okay, so updates on the 3rd. As of the recording of this it's the 29th, so 4 days, including today. So I'm guessing the 2nd we'll get the extended patch notes. I'll read those off. I'll check those off. I'm hoping there's something about drag racing. I'm hoping there's some more balancing in the cars, because some cars do need some balancing. Otherwise, it's cool to finally see an actual update to the coming in. I was hoping it would be more like mid-February rather than like the last 2 days of February, coming with an update in March. I was hoping something like monthly updates, but you know, beggars can't be choosers. But we'll see in a couple days. We'll see in a couple days what happens. So thank you for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Tell me what you think about what's coming up. What do you expect? What do you want? And yeah, that's it. Take care of yourselves and of each other. Have a good one.